Hello everyone, this is Hyperion-Blue-GT here. Well, let's get ready to roll out for today's weekly challenge on Gran Turismo 7. So, looks like we got ourselves for only round 2 on the Hyundai Elantra, and we'll be racing at Red Bull Ring for a brand new special event along with European F-Bar Challenge 550 at Brands Hatch Grand Prix Circuit, Japanese Clubman Cup 550 in south counterclockwise of Tokyo Expressway, WTC 600 at Michelin Raceway Road Atlanta, and Group 1 Prototype Series at Suzuka Circuit. This will bring out to have 3 prizes. Will be featured to go with 100,000 and 200,000 Gran Turismo credit to compete in 3 events, and all events will receive with a 6-star roulette ticket on car category. So I got everything to be settled in and right back on track after a lot of slightly delays out there since the previous video after the first week of November. But speaking of which, I kind of think putting up to have 5 cars will be choosing for myself, will be using and go with 2 total drum liveries, one for my U.D.R.S. Insport on the Hyundai Elantra and also to have 2 different kinds of Taimanin liveries will be set and take on the debut to be recommended to have myself to go racing in Japanese Clubman Cup 550 and WTC 600 as well. So to make sure and go shovel out to have 5 races will be entered to go participate at once. Hope I'm ready, and this will have to go various on different types of difficulty will begin. So as always, if you're new to my YouTube channel, be sure click the subscribe button, then leave a like and comment at the section down below. Check out the links on the description if you want to see more. Don't forget to click the bell for notification on upcoming content videos in the later future. So let's begin and ready to go for today's weekly challenge. For the majority, as I'm about to get ready to have a nice interesting idea for this segment, just to have the last 2 races after Group 1 Prototype Series, Hyundai Elantra and one make event, and also for the F-Bar Challenge 550 for European sports cars will be prepared, and I'm about to go shuffle in to have a progress in order. So first up, Brands Hatch Grand Prix Circuit, as I'm about to go for the Aston Martin DB11 2016 with a total drum livery Justin before I proceed to race number 2 in Group 1 Prototype Series at Suzuka Circuit. Just to be clarified, as I'm about to help myself to go for the middle session with my U.D.R.S. Insport livery on the Hyundai Elantra and 2023 will be on standby and hold before I proceed to have the last 2 races. After 3 of them are about to be up team, check, and go moving forward out there to have Japanese Clubman Cup 550 and also for the WTC 600 at Michelin Raceway Road Atlanta by using 2 different kinds of liveries has been well outfit, designed, and created by myself that have a well-based anime characters from the series of Taimanin. So let's get to work and ready up on race 1 and 5. We'll be start the countdown in 3 seconds and race for the European sports car to go in the F-Bar drivetrain. And it's out right now, and one good eye on the DB11 2016 with Justin in it. Just have to get the spectators will always have to be embraced to have the nostalgia of attraction look. Okay, good start on turn 1. Now gonna have to be on the proceed onward around in turn 2. Okay, that's very good to have the first sector check. Now, coming around on turn number 3, we'll be proceed around on sector 2. But still have enough horsepower out there to catch up with some few other BMW road cars. Coming around and take on sector 3, we'll be doing a one-way ticket to have the straightaway. We'll go rev it up and get faster to have a nice clean racing line. But I have no clue how I might stumble onto this about making 3 kinds of Taimanin liveries. It's because of the hack and slash RPG game called Action Taimanin. But it actually turns out very nice and more likely to have some different kinds of characters to be based off with some different series and different franchise. But no matter it does, it's going to be turns out to have this different kind of an enemy style, but more likely I should rather have to be hands up for a while because of the 3 liveries I just courtesy designed by myself as a fan art. But one extra thing perhaps, it will be treated and considered as to becoming as SFW. It stands for Safe for Work, but that will be doing well verified and give it a thumbs up to be checked to go double up by 100% it's been approved. But I kind of think this is very much more likely to have the first time to be putting up to have a different kind of a livery besides Total Drama and Dispenser Chem, and along with U.D.R.S. Inspirtech led by myself. So first lap is going clear, so I have a good eye on Lucas Brunelli in the first position with the BMW M2 Competition 2018. Fastest lap time in 1 minute, 44.017 seconds. Drive well to be pleased, and going luxury sporty style will have to go in first place around by coming up towards the end of sector 2. Okay, gonna have to switch it to the first person view, drive around and keep working up the distance as I'm about to go reaching up ahead in first position to have the next turn by entered on sector 4. Gonna have to drive well and keep up with the heavy handling. You'll have to go look ahead and drive around till I had to be mean it at this one. This event and the best recommended sports car when you're about to be entered onto the current week of the challenge to have all kinds of the best F-bar sports car if you're about to have enough parts to go at it. So coming around to have the 5th sector. Just listen to the sound of this engine, viewers. Look at it go, and coming around to have the final turn, we'll be on the way towards the 3rd and final lap. Okay, let's go to the final lap, and new record fastest lap is 1 minute, 42.472 seconds. That should do very nice, and let the other opponents were using the same BMW road cars, and one from the Mercedes-Benz is now been currently to go around on the grid. So I see 3 of them, just have to keep moving on and drive well on the line. Okay, 4th gear coming up, time to slow down and switch it back up on gear 3. Just only have 3 more sectors to go. Okay, Glamorous and Handsome Eye Candy is gonna have to go for a solid line focus to get up in the first position towards the finish line and about 2 more sectors to go. Got to make sure to have a time attack will have to go competent and skillful to be faster, and check to go on the heavy handling. But I should rather have to keep using with all of my Total Drama liveries more often during every week of the weekly challenge, just to have myself to go for a planned reminder. Okay, does only have 2 more turns to go. That's 1 down to be already clear on sector 5. Now, final corner coming up, and take that brake position to keep it nice and slow. Okay, here goes the checker flag, and fastest lap time has now been crossed the podium, and first check mark has been successful to go famous clear. Absolutely job well done, and 4 more races to go to have a source of requirement to be ready and be proceed to Group 1 Prototype Series at Suzuka Circuit. Now, let's have to take a good look on the fastest results, and there's a total time in 5 minutes, 7.4 seconds by a minute, 40.515 seconds on lap number 3. Good job, and 10 opponents, including 1 Mercedes-Benz 190E 2.5-16 Evolution 2 1991 has now been dropped down to be in the 12th. But always have to keep up and see all the other European sports car will always have to keep on racing, stay clean, and drive well to go for the competent and skill motion. Successful to have a 60,000 GT credit to be earned, and also for update mileage to have 1 credit ticket to be earned in about 100,000 GT credit, and 8 miles will be proceed and moving on to the replay. Okay, now let's go on the playback position and do it on 2 minutes and 10 seconds to come around onto the scene. but right spot, and gonna have to get a little bit more close in to have a thumbnail image. Perfect. Just perfect, and that's what I need. So, it's up to Suzuka Circuit for race number 2, and optionally, I'm about to go for event participation to go shuffle in order, so I'll have to switch it up and make it much more golden competition to represent Team Victory from Total Drama World Tour if I had to go for the Audi R18 2016 or the Mazda LM55 Vision Gran Turismo Group 1. So I had to come to think of it, I'll have to go and use the U.D.R.S SF19 Super Formula with a Honda engine version 2019 with a Total Drama World Tour Team Victory will face up with 19 Group 1 prototype race cars. Time to go professional racing difficulty on event number 2, 10 laps, and I kind of think of it, I should rather have to do some more practice because of the latest lap time challenge is about to go for a repeated of the moment. But more likely, I should rather have to do this to get myself to go with some main focus after taking one race at a time in Group 1 Prototype Series when using the U.D.R.S SF19 or SF23 Super Formula with some different versions as well. Alright, let's do this. Race number 2 will go professional racing difficulty will be initiated in 3 seconds as I'm about to go in last place and get quicker to be embraced to go for a challenging competition by reaching in first place. One Total Drama World Tour livery of the U.D.R.S SF19 Super Formula coming up, and one good effort to have the main moment along with the latest lap time challenge onto the same track with using 2 different versions of the U.D.R.S SF23 Super Formula with a Honda and Toyota version. This way to get quicker, confident, and be on a reminder to have 2 racing rain tires just to make sure to have the rain forecast to be expected on the lookout. So here comes the danger curve on turn 8 and 9. I'll have to get behind on Daniel Solis in the Toyota TS050 Hybrid 2016 before Sector 3 comes in and have turn 11 will be arrived on the hairpin. Got to take the outside so I had to look ahead and go quicker about it to get back on 19th place. So coming through. Spoon curve coming up and have the main moment will be going on the line to catch up to Kei Kawakami in 16th place for the Audi R18 TDI 2016. But good thing, one good processor of the U.D.R.S SF19 Super Formula will be ready up and have one single exercise practice to be prior to the upcoming lap time challenge like this one. But different version as well. This will do very nicely to have one good processor by entered in the Group 1 Prototype Series if you're about to have one good recommended strategy to be packed up and drive well to go quicker at it. So here goes the second lap. Just wait until the fastest lap will be expected to be on the lookout soon. Okay, close call on the first corner. Let's get behind on Angel Inestrosa in the Toyota GR010 Hybrid 2021. Okay, they're about to be slowed down to go around on consecutive S turns. Igor Fraga in the Sauber Mercedes C9 has been slowed down and dropped into 13th place. Okay, very nice. 13th place and keep up with a racing golden challenge. KT Yamanaka in the Mazda LM55 Vision GT Group 1 has been overtaken, moving on in 12th position before the halfway position around on 10th place. But not yet at least. Gonna have to catch up to Asus Rillo and Mikhail Isao in the Dodge SRT Tomahawk Vision GT Group 1 and Audi Vision GT Group 1 as well. Okay, they're about to go for it. They have already took the spoon curve and go for the slipstream train lineup. Okay, let's keep it up and switch things up to go for a maintain formation to avoid the contact by entered on the 4th sector. Out and out is already clear. Just have to be expected on the lookout and clarified by going back on the Catskill Triangle. Okay, that's a minute, 54.713 seconds, and Jonathan Wong just already took by a minute, 53.682 seconds. Okay, now let's have one Le Mans hypercar. Will might have to take a time, and then one LMP1 race car in second place is doing well to be achieved the fastest lap time. So I got 8th place, moving up. Keep up the pressure and stay on the racing line near at the apex. Okay, just had to let Ryuto Kokubun in the Mazda 787B 1991 to go first, reaching up on the danger curve in turn 8 and 9. Let's go for sector 3. Okay, stay on him. Let's go shifting sub to go kick into high gear. Okay, 6th place. Only 5 more remain Group 1 race car. Gonna have to keep going and stay on the track as the weather forecast to be expected to change on mostly sunny to have some few clouds before the rain is about to be expected to go changing around by within minutes. But that should be safe, pretty much more clear as possible, and gonna have to get closer towards Berleo Gallo in the Nissan R92 C-Feed 1992. Okay, just have to sit back, wait for it, and give the overtake. Will be proceed in lap number 4 to be on the remaining time. Okay, not yet at least. Just keep going. Okay, that should do for only one formidable Group 1 Group C race car. And there we go. 5th place, finally 4 more Group 1 cars to go. Okay, I got good eyes on Simon Bishop and Takuma Minasono in position 3 and 4. I'll get to it and ready up to go boosted overtake to be proceed to be right back on sector 3. Okay, that should do very well, precisely, and turn 11 on hairpin has been exactly to be checked. Okay, that was a close call, only 10.3 seconds left. A-Wilk is in the lead along with Jonathan Wong as well. He still got the fastest lap time in 1 minute, 53.682 seconds. But not yet at least. I still might have to go for only one stop at the pits just to have the Stock Racing compound tires will be on standby to be prepared and embrace it to go for a super fast time attack. And there he is right now. A-Wilk is at the pits, just only have Jonathan Wong in position number 1 at the lead. There you go. That's 1 minute, 49.443 seconds, and 5th lap has now entered to be in the halfway point. Got to go for it. Just take step by step and wait until the second round of the Hyundai Elantra N 2023 One Make Special Event at Red Bull Ring will be on hold as I had to go for the second step for my U.D.R.S. Inspotech livery. But 2 total drama liveries in the first 2 events and Taimanin liveries as well to have a good reminder on procedure before racing on Japanese Clubman Cup 550 at Tokyo Expressway south counterclockwise and WTC 600 at Michelin Raceway, World Atlanta. But here goes the partly cloudy. Currently on remain in second place. Okay, gonna have to keep going. Okay, quick recovery, and let's overtake the Le Mans prototype race car number 1. That's the ticket. Porsche 908 HDI FPV 2010 has now been dropped into second, and Tour Drama World Tour livery of Team Victory in the U.D.R.S SF19 Super Formula has now been reached the lead. But without further ado, I'll have to be putting up on lane 6 before moving up on lap number 6 before at the end of the current lap by enter the pits. That's only have a minute, 46.564 seconds to put myself in the new fastest lap record. But more practice and more running sessions around on Suzuka circuit just to have 2 different versions on the U.D.R.S SF23 Super Formula. We'll always have to go again by having a repeated lap time challenge. But especially to have one exception for 2 SF19 Super Formula if it's going to be quite possible for some future upcoming lap time challenges. But always have to be continue on without the other 2 as the main processor along with the successors as well. Okay, going up on the main defense. Gonna have to pack up in 4.5 seconds, right back on track to go in sector 3 by reaching on turn 11 by the hairpin. Steady as it goes. Just await and save it for only 4 more laps and change it to go into 3 more laps to go. Okay, back on sector 4, and here goes the notification. I'll have to do it and get into the pits. But hold on, speaking of the reminder of notice, looks like rain is already here, so I'll have to get to it to have 1-2 choices to be using on intermediate or heavy wet tires. Got to do this fast and quick about it. This might need to take a decision of choice to have myself to go for early on arrival. Okay, have my team to be ready and have the tire sets will have to be ready up and go refuel requirements. Okay, get us new and tire set and raring to go. Okay, right back on 8th place. Still remain on my fastest lap record, folks. Let's see, some few other Group 1 cars might have to be extra careful when the tarmac is about to go wet on display. Okay, gonna have to keep a good eyes on the pressure. Find the line and drive well to be steady in the rain. Okay, looks like I can hear some water splashing. They're slowing down. This could be my advantage. Just have to be patient, and deal with some corners. It's gonna have to get a little bit more crowded accompany. But thank goodness I just come here on time, and that should do for only one best quicker advantage. And hold on, looks like yellow flag signal just come out. Looks like Takuma Minasono in the McLaren Ultimate Vision GT Group 1 just been slowed down, and oh man, good grief. Simon Bishop and Ryuta Kokuban just been took a spun out by coming up the track in turn number 14 at the spoon curve. Decide to be respectful. Try not to get caught in the penalty. Always have to keep that in mind. Okay, close call for sure. And looks like third place is going back on track. Okay, just have to let Belio Gallo to give some space. Come around to take the outside on the final corner. Let's have the out lap to go warm up and moving to lap number 8. Okay, it's only down to 11 seconds while Jonathan Wong is putting up to have some Racing Rain tires on the Peugeot 908 HDI FPV 2010. So this one to get a little bit more closer to be quick about it. Just have enough grip and tire pressure on Racing Intermediate. We'll always have to keep a good steady up on the grip. Just have to nail that asphalt, splash around till I mean it. Okay, that's only 3.5. Coming back to the danger curve. Mark on that brake. Quick force recovery. And steady up and onward. Okay, very nice. And absolutely to have a good close-up procedure in about 1.1 seconds towards Jonathan Wong's current position. Okay, gonna stay on it. Spoon curve coming right back in, and skillful wheel to be reflexed to be proceed to the line. Okay, power 1 coming up, and go full overtake on the offense. Okay, wait for it. Okay, splendid. So I got the upper hand right back in and go for the average time run in the minute 57.353 seconds. Okay, back in the lead, and remarkable to be skilled and succeeded for team victory in the Dallara SF19 Super Formula, represent a Total Drama World Tour team variation. So heads up, Blues out on the marshals are about to go on each sector. So I have a good eye on Asus Brillo in the Audi Vision GT Group 1. Let's get closer and heading up to the danger curve around on turn 8 and 9. Okay, 2 more sectors left on the main position for penultimate lap number 9 and get closer. Let's have the radar to keep in track. Looks like the rain stopped and wet spots are about to still remain. Okay, rain coming back. Looks like they're about to get some more wet spot by the increase. Okay, it's about to get closer, and I still have a few more capacity limitations on overtake boosted to go. Reaching up at the end of the 9th lap and getting closer towards the final lap in number 10. Okay, so average time on the previous is 1 minute 53.131 seconds. Dry well to go fast in the rain besides using in Racing Soft compound tires, but this will have to take a last stand to go on podium finish to have a good place in number 1 spot. So I got all the strategy to be well applied and go check to have a much more Racing SF19 Super Formula procedure to go drop the hammer. So let's go kill some tires, and dry spot is about to get a little bit more effort to be back on session. Okay, there's Martin Grady in 2011 Audi R18 TDI is now been in the scene. Just get behind on the LMP1 race car. Okay, slowing down, and 1 lap plus overtake has now been confirmed to be proceed. It gets guts, skill, and patient concentration, so I come this far out there for only one early session of the race to go for a hard difficulty. Decided to do it for only one good segment to have 3 races on intermediate will be set to go confirmed later on. Just only had to do 1 step at a time, so step 1, 2 total drum liveries has now been checked, complete, and have 1 U.D.R.S. Ends Protect livery will be on hold standby for race number 3. Time for the final stretch and get closer to have a main moment to have a checker flag to go on podium. Alright, team victory for the win, ladies and gentlemen. 1 Total Drama World Tour livery of the Dallara SF19 Super Formula has now been come to be reaching in first place in Group 1 Prototype Series at Suzuka Circuit. Well, it turns out nice, and racing repeat itself to have 1 moment on the lap time challenge, just to let you know to have a successor Dallara SF23 Super Formula if you're about to go to. Total time in 19 minutes, 22.672 seconds, and fastest lap time has still remained to go in the minute, 46.564 seconds. So that's 2 races check, 3 more to go to have a much more deep effort to have an average earning besides the clean bonus. So that's 94 miles and 1 content replay coming up to have a good scene on the highlight. So I'll have to go in 7 minutes and 50 seconds to be take place around on the consecutive S turns to go in the exact main moment. Just have to go capture thumbnail image here, and save replay has now been going up to be well done. Perfect. Now let's go to Rebel Ring for round 2 in the Hyundai Elantra in 2023 for the 1 make race special event. This will get full course after doing 1 race at Watkins Glen International Short Course since the previous recap, and it's about to go for round 2 to have this race. It's about to have a 1 good moment to take 4 laps around in Rebel Ring to go full course. So I got all the parts are about to be set, installed, and applied just to help myself to go test it without 1 high turbocharged RPM. Is about to be double checked and raring to go. Step 1 for only 2 events with total drama liveries. Now, Step 2 for Team U.D.R.S. Ends Protect will be having a turn. I'm all set, good to go, and be patient for race number 4 and 5. We'll bring out to have 2 Taimanin liveries will be set to go on debut later on. But be patient, but I know what to do to have 3 steps to have 2 different types of liveries with 5 cars to go for a pattern of order. Now, I'll have to go in 10th place and have 9 usual opponents are about to join in session to have 4 laps will be initiated by having a last chance to go driving in Saloon Sedan. Let's see how it goes. Round 2 for the 3rd race of the weekly challenge coming up, and get started underway by doing the first lap will begin. Got the drive well to go competent and have 1 fully customized transmission to be switching up to go for 8-speed is now been ready to go. Got to do this fast and quickly. This will have to take a second step for this main segment as I had to go for only 1 U.D.R.S. Ends Protect livery after Watkins Glen Short Course since the previous weekly challenge onto the same event. But sometimes I'm always had to be well preferred to be adjusted to have a number of distance when using a fully customized transmission. But it turns out to be well average and much more needed to go for standard up by default. Just have to drive well to go understeer and have the gap distance to be set by 10.8 seconds to be around during sector 2 in the first lap. Okay, F. Chen is in 7th place. Moving on in 6th place by 5 more Elantra and 2023s to go. Okay, here comes the main part. S turns coming up, and 3rd sector to be right on track will be entered to be proceed onwards. Got to do this nice and neat and give it much more basic workout to go slow, faster and make it much more confident to go exactly to have the last 2 turns on turn 9 and 10. Okay, there we go. Let's take turn 10 to be checked, clipping up the apex and get closer to have a good eyes on 4 remaining Elantra and drivers. But not yet, at least until the time attack. We'll have to go set in lap number 2. Okay, steady as it goes. Got to do this and drive it practice like doing this in Namyang style. Only 2 more left. This race is going to get nice and easy out there before catching up on Wai Cheng in the lead. Okay, just have to go switch things up on gear number 5 and make it much more going faster on gear 6. Okay, let's take it nice and slow. It gets much more better in performance to be well embrace it and give it all I got to have a nice moderation to go facing in the side by side. Hold the line together. So I got first place is in the lead. Check it and go on the next turnaround to have sector 3 to go on the inside line. So whenever you have installed parts, this good Elantra N to have a wide body version to be packed up and go major racing touring spec version is going to have to get a lot of good understeer strategy if you're about to have this one to go racing in turbo sports car events on various race courses. But not to mention that other 2 racetracks before Spec 3 is still just have to be patient and about a few more weeks to go until we're about to be arriving in December. But second week of November, but we'll always have to keep a good watchful eye out for Weekly Challenge Spec 2. We'll have to wait soon enough. But I maybe call it to have Weekly Challenge Spec 2 because we are still currently to be as Spec 1 of Weekly Challenge. But it might be quite good to be counted as original, but we still enjoy to have major 5 races event to go for all-in moment to have an easy, medium, and hard difficulty. But I know you guys really think about it, it's going to get a hard work of racing to do this for only 1 hour amount. Just only have every segment, we'll always have to do this by taking 1 hour at a time to have 5 races to go for a short period of time. But wow, looks like it's going to get much more faster to have enough gap distance to go up in 10 seconds behind. Okay, now gonna have to play nice and do well defense. It's going up by 11.2. Back on sector 3. Faster lap time in 1 minute, 44.305 seconds. But on second dot, I just really have to give it a much more faster and go and see how it does to do for another batch of time trial practice to go for rolling in effort. So let's take turn 10 and let's bring it home to go for 1 minute and 41 seconds. Save it for the best part because the final lap is now been checked, arrived on schedule. Will be prepared myself to go for a faster Elantra N to be feel the need for speed. So I have to go counting up with the turns and going up closer to have turn 2 and 3, we'll have a good eyes on the brake zone to be touching up the apex. 2 more sectors to go. Take the apex on turn 3. But man, looks like the 8-speed transmission on fully customized is going to have to take a little bit more time to go over rev and switch things up to go early. But I should rather have to do this on manual transmission before the 3rd race might have to be expected to be on the lookout. But I know how you guys really think about the original weekly challenge as Spec 1. It is going to be quite very more interesting to have some different changes, to have some one driving missions, and even perhaps there will be some various events that we're about to have ourselves to go for a full hands-on experience if Spec 3 comes out, and the racing pack as well to have a much more interesting for all GT players out there to be using on the PlayStation 5 platform. But not on the PS4 platform, because that is going to be a 100% big bummer to be sure. But I mean, yeah, it is definitely might be quite going well exclusive for all GT players on the PS5 version in GT7. So here goes the checkered flag, and put myself to go podium finish in first place as event number 3 will be checked, obtained, and cleared by 2 more races to go. Well, looks like it's getting nearly there, and that means 2 liveries from Taimanin are about to be set on standby after taking a good look on the grid standings results on race number 3. So 6 minutes, 49.242 seconds, and fastest lap time, 1 minute, 40.904 seconds is doing well, faster, and Saloon Sedan has now been checked to be going well improved. But I still think about the transmission gear is quite a bit much more aggressive and more obvious, but it takes time to do some taming and get used to it. So that's 96,000 GT credit earned, and 200,000 Gran Turismo credit on the ticket has been obtained. So let's do on number 3 content replay to have a good eyes on thumbnail image for a short period of intermission. Just have to get closer, and that's the spot what I need. Okay, much more brighter to be less, and there you go for a thumbnail image captured. So, looks like it's not over yet. 2 more races left, and this is going to be the right time to go appearance on debut before heading up to Michelin Raceway, World Atlanta, and World Touring Car 600. And this will have to feast your eyes on this one to bring out to have 2 Taimanin liveries with Asaki and Sakura will be proceed to go penultimate race number 4 and final race number 5. I hope you guys are about to ready to see me racing with using the Mazda RX-8 Spirit R 2012 with a Taimanin livery, Asaki Igawa. She is known as the Almighty Taimanin and the head mistress of the Gosuke Academy. Well, that could be considered to have my own kind of a Taimanin livery that related to becoming as a fan art. But first things first, requirement on regulation should be might need to set in 600 or less just to have sports soft compound tires with some few parts including with a ballast and power restrictor. In addition to that, I just putting up to have a high turbocharged RPM with racing and clutch and ply wheel, carbon propelled shaft, and brake system has now been set to go racing and drill disc. And also brake pads as well. That's good to go. Station on performance point in 599.66. Then here I go, viewers. This will bring out to have a 2-part event conclusion to have 2 cars in Taimanin liveries. I hope this is going to be quite very impressive to have a good RX-8 Spirit R will be embraced to go for almighty Taimanin like Asaki. But there's going to be having one additional extra if I decided to go for the Nissan Silvia S15 2002 with Yuki Kase or the Mazda RX-7 Spirit R Type A FD 2002 with her sister Sakura in it. But correction has been assured, I created 3 Taimanin liveries as a 3-car livery collection. So, time to do some racing and get up on the first position. It's about to be set. And start the 3-second countdown will be initiated to have a rolling start to have a good eyes on this Taimanin livery. Will go 16th place as a challenger to be tested and go on their way. First lap coming up, and first turn will go overtake at Takuma Minasono in a Subaru W.R.S. STI Type S 2014 before the S's will get behind on M. Grady in 14th place for the Audi R8 4.2 FSI Quattro. See this, folks? This Taimanin livery on the Mazda RX-8 Spirit R has everything to go for a purple-based style variation, and the almighty Taimanin, Asaki Igawa, is about to have a good eyes and go for a Japanese JDM modern vehicle to be racing on the track. But it'll have to go a little bit much more harder out there to see some all-wheel drive supercars, just like the 2017 Honda NSX is now been well seen on 12th place, driven by Vallejo Gallo. But not to mention, as I still have the other two Taimanin liveries on the Nissan Silvia Spec R Aero with Yuki Kase and Mazda RX-7 FD Spirit R Type A with Sakura in it. But three of them are now considered to becoming my own kind of fan art liveries that related to Taimanin. But also yet, the logo itself, Action Taimanin, is a hack and slash based RPG game has been made by the developer Lilith. But you may ever seen the decal on the rear itself. That's why the logo that represents the company itself and the hack and slash based RPG itself. But much more indeed, and well-deserved SFW fan art livery to have this one are about to go set official to have a good race in GT7 for the first time ever to go rolling out along with some other Gran Turismo players that brings out to have some different set of Taimanin characters with some main appearances to go for different vehicles. But why not just have something else to come up with a different set base of the Taimanin characters, just like Murasaki Yatsu? But I just really had to come up to have a very well-deserved base to have my OC Cerulean as an example ever since from last month, since October, during the days of Halloween. But yeah, it turns out very nice, as the image itself will be pop up to go seen on display. Now, I'll have to get down to do a racing strategy, and here it is right now on T-Bayless at position 8 with a U.D.R.S GT 4.2 2016, along with Marco Busnelli in the Lamborghini Gallardo LP 560 dashboard 2008. Gonna have to catch up to go slipstream, and one more thing perhaps, I'm just adding up to have a racing outfit and helmet itself that represent for the characters from the Taimanin series. Well, I hope you guys like it, but I just had to went down to do some presentation to go for a little bit more sneak peek on display until two of them are about to go rolling out to have a participation in the weekly challenge. So let's see how the almighty Taimanin will have to catch up to have two supercars before the next lap will be on the way in lap number 3. So that's 1 minute, 35.496 seconds, and halfway there is on the clock in about 18.2 seconds left. Come on. Gonna have to catch up to the Dodge Viper SRT 10 Coupe 2006. This will have to get a little bit tricky and have enough horsepower to catch up with some few other road cars. Gonna have to dive in and go commit on the corners. Okay, overtake Ryuto Kokoban in the RE Emiria FD3S RX-7. Next up, Mikao Isao in the Subaru Impreza 22B STI 1998. Okay, just have to go maintain pace and exercise caution. Looks like Takeda and the Aston Martin DB11 2016 in 4th place. Come on, just have to go for it and make the 5th gear to go faster into the offense. 3rd sector coming up. Almost there. Got to go pull the brake and have turn 10 on chicane. Okay, gonna have to go climbing up. Turn 11 and 12. Okay, close call on the signal. Just have to make that short period of slipstream and update the faster lap time in 1 minute, 34.692 seconds. Okay, 3rd place coming up. Now, gonna have to catch up to T Yamanaka in about 12.4 seconds, while Randall Haywood in the Lamborghini Huracan is in the lead. Come on, just have to go concentration on focus. Got to make some skills and respond handling to have a good exit on turn 5 to go short straightaway to have a one-way ticket back to Sector 2. Okay, Yamanaka is going for the defense. I'm about to go offense to have a one-way effort to have turn 7 will be precisionized. But it may be quite very well indeed to have different Taimanin liveries with some enemy-based style and the chibi itself, but this one, for example, that it is very the best one ever yet. But more likely, the Go-Go counterpart of Asaki is definitely might be quite good to be interesting indeed as well. But on the other hand, it turns out nice and well deserved to have a good batch of the SFW based livery style to be quite good amazing to have a one good style anime based character. So looks like I'm about to get closer, and I should rather have to do this for only a second position to go silver on earn to serve before the 5th and final lap is coming in. Got to do this quickly, and that should do for only one. Almighty Taimanin has now been ready up to go for a top 3 finish to go debut on display. Just might have to shake it up and get closer in about 8 seconds to go. Down to 7.2. Yeah, that's more like it. Just keep working up and get offense focus on the Lamborghini Huracan in about 6.7 seconds. Hayward got the upper hand. Just have to keep going. This is it. A second place medal has now been well earned on the average, and that might have to go for an extra notice of reminder after the weekly challenge is over. But one segment is all about to have the best racing ever yet. Just only have 2 Taimanin liveries are about to go join the party. Okay, 3 more turns to go. Randall Haywood just took the win on the podium. And that means for second place as well. This might have to call it for one good 85% well done. So, just came in second, and checkmark number 4 has been obtained for a current event is complete. But maybe I should rather have to do some more tuning work to have the alternative solution. But this race itself is all about to have the first steps, first livery on debut, and very well indeed to be a spectacular of the moment. So total time in 7 minutes, 47.472 seconds, and the fastest lap time as I just already did by a minute, 31.021 seconds. But it's not yet over, but one more thing perhaps, good thing putting up a clean bonus and have a good appearances to have 1 Taimanin livery to have a car, racing suit, and helmet itself has now been set to go for a full official on support. So that's a 4,600 GT credit, and this one is quite very well impressive out there to have a good appearances outfit has now been got it all. Okay, let's do the replay and choose any duration on playback position. Got to go in 3 minutes and 30 seconds to be take place right here, and right on the scene to go for a capture thumbnail image. That should do well, and one more thing perhaps to go for a 360 rotational view to have a good look on the Mazda RX-8 Spirit R 2012. Hope you like it. Everything is Taimanin to go for SFW livery approved. But I just really gonna have to come to think of it, it turns out very nice, and outfit style to go in purple, and the trims has now been made to go on silver. But more importantly, as I just really think to do for only the first 3 Taimanin liveries, as I just already said before about the characters. But it turns out very well, and well deserved, safe for work fan art livery to have 1 Taimanin character for the almighty Taimanin, Asaki Igawa. But there's more to that. I had to be ready to switch things up to go for the Mazda RX-7 Spirit R Type A FD model 2002 with her sister, Sakura, along with a racing helmet and outfit before heading up to Tokyo Expressway south counterclockwise for the Japanese Clubman Cup 550 to take the last race before at the end of November Weekly Challenge number 2. So let's do this, viewers. I'm about to go in and take the last race. We'll give it all I got. It's going to get much more safer, easier, and 3-lap challenge. We'll be ready up to have a second Taimanin livery. We'll have to go pack up to go suggestion in 550. I hope this is going to have to do a little bit much more request of planning for myself besides with Total Drama and Dispenser Camp Fan-Out Liveries. But just only have one temporarily about one of the 3 anime style characters that I have decided to go for a DIY session. But it turns out very nice. And take a good look, you guys. This different Taimanin livery that I created for myself to have a fan art of SFW will begin and ready up to have the last race to go around on Tokyo Expressway. Just like Asaki Igawa in the Mazda RX-8 Spirit R 2012, but this RX-7 Spirit R Type A FD model 2002 with her sister, Sakura Igawa, which is referred to be known as the Tomboy Taimanin. Each kinds of Taimanin characters may have a different type of stereo, has got something else a bit much more interesting that I've never seen it before. But it turns out this design on the Mazda RX-7 that I just designed by myself as a fan art, it turns out to have a one good road-going JDM road car, just like the RE Emiria FD3S RX-7 that have the same type of the foundation platform. But it still does drive well, and it has one good excellent tuning modifications, including with a wing spoiler, has just got it all, and drive well to be faster around on Japanese racing circuits, including 3 districts of Tokyo Expressways. But much more needed to have a one good titanium racing exhaust, just to have one good fully improved JDM road car we'll be driving on the course. But it turns out very nice and very awesome to see this fan art livery to go in action. After taking 3 steps, has got the patterns to go for only 1 step with a Total Drama fan art livery, 1 for the U.D.R.S. Inspotech livery on step 2, and 2 Taimanin liveries in step 3. But hopefully, if I had to be ready to go continue on to have some other kinds of fan art liveries besides Total Drama and Dispenser Camp fan art liveries. But I'll have to take a break for a while after finishing up on 5 races in the latest weekly challenge until moving up until the 3rd week will be coming soon. So I had to go offense and make my way towards the final sector. We'll have to get behind on P. Leonore in the Nissan Freely C 2009. Okay, there's M. Simmons in the Nissan Skyline GTR R33 1997. Time to go amp up the torque and drive well to go in the brake zone to have the final turn. We'll switch things up to go for the right side of the highway. Okay, just have to keep it nice and careful. First lap clear and arrive in morning. Okay, gonna have to go on track. Getting closer towards our dear Ruchi in the Toyota A6 Torino in about 0.8 seconds left to go. So let's have the Tomboy Taimanin to go entered at the top 3 position and catch up to have the last 2 remaining drivers on the road going effort. But luckily, I just putting up to have a different racing outfit when using this Taimanin livery on the Mazda RX-7 Spirit R Type A FD model 2002 Sakura Igawa, just to have one good requirement before enter the race. Just only have a few more minutes to have an intermission just to be on hold, so I have to get my mind and pull it together. But after all, this will have to do very well exactly to have the Taimanin liveries for only one good major part of the segment. So I come this far, so it'll have to take one more race to go for a nice and easy to go for a road-going Japanese road car style. So next sector on the way onto the curb straightaway. almost there to catch up to T. Yamanaka in the Toyota GR Super RC 2020 before Iko Fraka in first place on the Toyota GR86 RC. Just had to go clean racing skill, and hairpin incoming to be coming back by pulling out the brake. Okay, much more skill, a trait, and possibility to have 5% to go for avoid the contact. But much more carefree to see this livery to go in action, but it's still treated to have a SFW fan art livery. So almost there. Just have to take one more sector to go before finishing up on sector number 4. Just have to get my mind up and going up towards the final turn. Okay, there you go. Let's bring the Sakura Igawa livery to be in the first position and give it a good kind of a Taimanin livery. We'll be on the way to the final lap. So I bet a few other Gran Turismo players still have some Taimanin liveries with some different characters, but why not just have the putting up to have a different character appearances from Action Taimanin? But I just really had to come to think of it because it takes first steps for myself when I was playing that hack and slash based RPG game. But it turns out very nice and well hands-on experience after putting up with some other gameplays on racing. But maybe I just had to went down to do a little bit more first steps on progress, but I don't know, I'm just gonna have to come to think of it. But as a fan art designer, everything is all about to have a good eyes on interest to have one type. We'll be adding up to have a type in SFW. So I have to get closer to have one more lap to go to be ongoing, and fastest lap time on the latest is 2 minutes 24.155 seconds. So let's bring this tomboy Taimanin home and bring it up to have a first position to get up on the goal. Gap distance in 4.4 seconds, and it's going well and make it much more faster to have a nice fully tuned Japanese road car around in Tokyo Highway. Pop-up headlights are being stay around and go on the hairpin to take it nice and slow. Okay, safe and clear, and hidden headlights will be turned off. Almost there, viewers. This race is just about to be over soon. Just have to make that skill to go clean line, and well formidable to have that all strategies to be checked and suited to go clipping up on the inside turn. But maybe if I had to be planned for myself after the race is over, I kind of think doing one crossover fan art to have Sakura Igawa might be doing more interesting to have a little bit more role of the prank call. But maybe a little bit more crossover fan art to have Sakura prank call Mo Sislak. But look at the time, viewers. First place has now been earned and 5th checkmark has been complete. But thank goodness, all that hard work for this main segment is all about to have the 3 steps of 5 cars to go for a different set of liveries. But there's more to that. The last standings in 7 minutes 18.434 seconds after I just got second lap on the fastest lap in 2 minutes 24.155 seconds. I should rather have to do for only one moment on the thumbnail image just to have a good clean bonus on 30,000 Gran Turismo credits. But here it is, guys, just like a Saki racing helmet and racing suit outfit, but this is going to be turns out very nice to have a good look on Sakura on the helmet. But I mean, look at her, she is a silly goober. One silly goober Taimanin. And there you go, 6-star roulette ticket on the car category has been obtained. And let's have one more content replay to have an intermission on short period. Now I'll have to do it on playback position and go to 3 minutes and 10 seconds. Just only have one good eyes on the thumbnail image. Perfect, and there you go. So, it turns out well, and I kinda think the best time before heading back to the GT garage, we'll do a quick moment on quick earning payday and have a good look on the 6-star roulette ticket to see which one should I get. But after all, this is very much more indeed to have the interesting content video. We'll be proceed to go for the current weekly challenge until week 3. We'll have to find out soon enough until Thanksgiving will be coming up soon at the end of the month. So let's go for it. 13 gifts available, so I had to do a short period of payday to get 200,000 Gran Turismo credit on 2 tickets. And there you go, 87,750,490 GT credits. But good thing I have one 5-star roulette ticket to be acquired earlier, just to have one short moment on intermission. But first, I'll have to take a good look on 6-star roulette tickets and one car pick. Which one should I get? And there you go. I got myself with a Porsche 919 Hybrid 2016. So that's number 3 for the car collection acquired for the same vehicle, stored in the garage, and well-deserved kept to have a one additional Total Drama World Tour team variation of Team Amazon. But I can't wait until the collector level will be reached up to be expanded to be converted into level 70, as we already got by over 1 million collector points. So I got 927,613 points stored in the garage, and let's have opening up on the gifts earlier before Christmas will be upon soon until arriving in December. Let's have one 4-star roulette ticket, and let's see which one should I get to go for the comment on one car pick only. And there you go. Looks like a Porsche Cayman GT4 2016 acquired, and one additional batches will be stored in the garage. So that's another car to be acquired and going on an update in 927,743 points. Also yet, 2 3-star roulette ticket is now been next on the list after putting up to have a good odds on the chance to get 1 million Gran Turismo credit. Well, good grief. Looks like 5,000 GT credits, and I was right for sure. Just have to do small payday, and one more roulette ticket on 3-star will call it for a day. But this will have to take one more chance to go to have 100,000 Gran Turismo credit, but I'll have to scratch that, and there's going to be a semi-racing exhaust on the compatible vehicle for the Hyundai Elantra N 2023. Let's make it to go for only one more 3-star ticket, and that should be it for now. And there you go, 10,000 Gran Turismo credits. Always have to try your luck next time, buy every day, and save enough roulette tickets. That should do enough, and I'll have to save it for only 3 4-stars, 2 3-stars, and 1 5-star roulette ticket by every day. So it turns out interesting, and 2 Taimanin liveries upon arrival for the weekly challenge in this latest video. So what do you guys think? But it turns out much more interesting debut to be expected to have the last 2 races after the Hyundai Elantra N 2023 one-make race at Red Bull Ring. Turns out challenging and much more moving forward after Watkins Glen International Short Course, along with Group 1 Prototype Series at Suzuka Circuit, when using the Dallara SF19 Super Formula with a Total Drama World Tour livery, Team Victory, and also the Aston Martin DB11 2016 at Brands Hatch Grand Prix Circuit in European FR Challenge 550. And plus, by having 2 Taimanin liveries in World Touring Car 600 at Michelin Raceway, World Atlanta, when I was using the Mazda RX-8 Spirit R 2012 with Asaki Igawa, and also for this Mazda RX-7 Spirit R Type A FD model 2002 with her sister Sakuya Igawa. And I hope you guys like it, but there's only have one more thing perhaps to have a 3rd Taimanin livery if I had to bring this one on the Nissan Silvia Spec R Aero S15 2002. Just only have one Taimanin livery of Yukikase Mizuki in it. but it turns out nice and give a good modification, and plus to have the low lip spoiler on the Sylvia S15 2002. Turns out very well indeed, and if I had to be well deserved to be adding up to have one anime-based character style that related to Taimanin, but I'll have to give it an SFW, which stands for Saber Work. But after all, as I still am to have a different role as a total drama artist when it comes to have some fan art liveries across in Gran Turismo 7 along with Dispenser Camp fan art liveries. But I'll have to stick it with U.D.R.S. Ins Protect, Vision Total Drama, and Dream Art Livery Style Dispenser, but first 3 Taimanin liveries that I designed by myself along with the other Gran Turismo players that related to the other female characters from the Taimanin series. But I'll have to think about it, and moving on forward, we'll be continuing on by wrapping up at the end of the current video. Well, it turns out very nice, and I kind of think one more perhaps for the additional variation on looking for the Mitsubishi Lancer Evolution Final Edition Group B Road Car after watching the 4th season finale of Dispenser Camp Carnival of Chaos. But I'll have to get to it, and that means U.D.R.S. character pick is still on hold, will be a wait on standby, as I'll have to let you guys know because one activity at a time we'll have to do for only one task for another. That's why I'll have to be patient, and then 5th season of Dispenser Camp Fans vs. Papers will be expected by coming soon in January 2026. Hope this is going to get much more excited, and it'll have to bring out to have some more expansion and new variation to go on team colors as well. I'll have to sit back and wait until Spec 3 will have to be expected until next month until the big excited awaits. So thank you for enjoying watching the video on Gran Turismo 7. I hope you enjoyed. Go subscribe to my YouTube channel for a like, comment, then click the bell for notification on upcoming content videos if you'd like to see. Follow me on DeepNetArt, Instagram, Twitter, GT Planet, Patreon, Discord, and more social media platforms. Plus, membership is now open to everyone who will join to get access for price levels a month with exclusive perks, custom emoji with my OCs, and more features to support the channel by becoming a member. It's the best way to help out with the super things as an extra will support and grow. And also check it out on my YouTube shorts that brings up with some presentation showcase with U.D.R.S. Ins Protect, Total Drama fan art, and Dispenser Camp fan art liveries along with some various whenever you're welcome at any time. I'll be seeing you guys next time on Gran Turismo 7, and I look forward to see you again at the next current video. Keep on racing, stay clean.